I have had to work so hard for this last shot. Well, I'll be honest, I am surrounded by some of the most stunning scenery this country has to offer. But the danger is I could start snapping away, just rattling through those rolls of XP2 Super in my Bronica. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to take my time. Now, if that means I don't actually take an image from this particular spot or another one down the lake, that's okay. Just because I've got all this stunning beauty all around me doesn't mean I have to shoot the first thing I see. I still have to get strong compositions. I wouldn't be doing the place justice if I didn't take my time and get the very best shot I'm capable of. Right, I'm struggling down a very steep bank, past a lot of tree roots and other obstacles in an attempt to get a better viewpoint of that fantastic scene. Can I get down onto this little headland here? You're probably all screaming at me to shoot this, but no, I'll get down the bottom. If it don't work, I'll come back up here and see what I can do. So there's nothing actually wrong with this location, except the light. Now the light, well, the light, it was too harsh for what I wanted to shoot, so I just had to try something completely different. GoPro capture. You are capturing. Having decided that the big view wasn't for me today because of the lighting, I've turned around and I've found the smaller view. It's still spectacular. It's a beautiful tree and a beautiful light all over it. And I've set up with my Bronica, very precariously balanced on a little rocky outcrop. Yeah, a bit of a drop down to the left of me, so I have to concentrate. Got the 65mm lens on, which is a gentle wide angle, and I've got a yellow filter in there. 15th of a second, I'm taking a meter reading off the shadow detail in the tree. Tons of exposure on this one, loads. It's XP2 Super. It handles it no problem at all. Taking a couple of frames, same exposure setting because it is so generous, just in case one of them gets a mark, a scratch, etc, etc. But yeah, really pleased with this. I think I need to snap out of this malaise. Not a malaise, it's more of a rut I've got myself into this morning. I have one nice image in the bag, very pleased with that, but it's not enough. So I have brought the antidote with me today, and that is the Holger. The Holger is loaded with the same film, XP2 Super. There is only one shutter speed. There is only one aperture, but it's a bright day. So if you see them interspersed with the more formal clips from the Bronica, don't be surprised. They're the fuzzy ones with the big vignette round them. Well, after a short break in the pub there, well, about an hour and a half actually, we've got past the brightest part of the day and it is very calm, so I'm getting some lovely reflections of the mountains. And I've gone for a 15th of a second at f/22, well stopped down on the short telephoto. And I've got some boulders in the foreground which I've managed to isolate in with the reflections. Very important that they don't cut into the actual mountain reflections, they'd be lost in those deep shadows. A nice bit of cloud hovering in amongst the hills there, just to balance out the shot. It should be fine in terms of holding the highlights, but it will be quite dense, I'd imagine. Now, very close to the scene I've just shot is another scene. Now, I'm shooting this with the wide angle lens, and I'm not going to go into huge detail. f/16, first frame, yellow filter, 15th of a second. Second frame, polarizer, 1/8 of a second. Well, yes, very nice result from the yellow filter as expected. Good balanced composition there, plenty of shadow detail. However, much more punch from the polarizer. Love the darkening of the water, much more clarity overall. Well, I think I've hit on a good one here. This is a composition I haven't seen before. And by the way, thanks to James Bell for some of his excellent videos. I'll put a link up here. Long lens, f/22, got some foreground grasses in there. Need to hold the background as well in the scene, so the long lens brings those mountains forward. Yellow filter, 1/8 of a second, 2 frames. Waiting for the light to go down. It is too harsh at the moment. I reckon I've got 10 more minutes and then last 3 frames. Well, I've been running around on the hillside for about 45 minutes. The sun has gone down, the light has gone. I'm determined to get something up here, something else. So I've got some trees in the foreground on the right hand side of the frame. I've got some of the lake in the background and the lovely soft light over the hills. It's very soft, very gentle, but those trees in the foreground give it some punch, something to get your eye onto, and only work in the square format. They balance the right hand side of the frame. You might say they're lopsided, but no, it works. I really love this shot. Check out this video link to see another example where the last shot turned out to be by far the best of the day. Well, I'm really pleased that I pressed on with that and I got that last shot. So yeah, great day, great shooting. See you again soon.